Hello, my name is Isaac Ajao. I want to show to us how to transform Likert scale responses for effective chi-square analysis. To transform Likert scale responses for effective chi-square analysis. Now, this presentation covers how to prepare Likert scale data for chi-square analysis. Of course, we know that Likert scale the way we order our responses in survey questions, they are ordinal. I mean, we use numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It depends on the kind of Likert scale we are using. If it's just 4, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. If it's 5, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is strongly agree, depends on what we are working on. Agree, neutral, disagree, strongly disagree, and so on. So in this training, I'm going to show us how we can transform those scale responses for effective chi-square analysis, because we need to do some other things using the data we have collected. So we need to transform the Likert scale into composite variable. Then the step to categorize the data for chi-square testing in SPSS. So understanding Likert scale data. So Likert scale data is used to measure attitude, perceptions, and so on. It is ordinal in nature. But for chi-square analysis, it must be converted to categorical data. So I've seen many analyses done by people, even in videos, where people carry out chi-square analysis using the raw ordinal responses. To interpret such may be difficult, because the ordinal categorized variable may not really give us what we need. So we need to convert to categorical data. So then composite variables are created by taking the average or summing the related Likert items to reflect an overall attitude or performance score. So we want to create composite variable, for example, now. So the questions you have under each construct can be combined together. It's either we sum them together, you will take the average, that's the aggregate responses for each of the responses. So we need that to come up with what we need to do the analysis. Then we can reverse the code for negative worded item. So I'll show us an example. Now, we want to calculate the mean or mean for related items. For example, we want to convert composite variable into categories. Now, after the first thing, when you see, let me show us one question here, and then I'll come back to this. We can have question here. This is a sample question here. See, look at this sample question here. And look at we have demographic information, but let's look at the first section, section E, socioeconomic factor. So this is a construct having all these items, indicators. So to get composite scores here, we need to add all the values gotten from this place together to come up with a particular variable. This one will stand as the composite variable for this section. Then we go to another construct, teaching method. We repeat the same thing to all the constructs we have in this question here, up to the last one. That's what we're talking about. Then you can see, before you can do that, we need to pick, after you have calculated your composite score. So we want to now convert to categories, because chi-square deal with looking for association between two categorical variables. So if it is ordinal, you have to convert it to categories. If it is continuous, you can still convert it to categories. That's what we call categorical variables. So for example, if we have positive attitude, if composite score is greater or equal to 2.5, for this I'm using this for 4 4-point Likert scale. For a 4-point Likert scale, so we can pick 2.5 as the composite score, as the main composite score. So it's going to be 1.00 for negative now to 2.49. Then another one that is positive be 2.5 to 4. So we can convert that using SPSS or R or anyone you want to use. But for this case, I'm going to use SPSS. Now to run the chi-square in SPSS, after you have converted to categorical variable, it's going to be very, very easy to test for relationship between these categorical variables. So then conclusion. So after you have done that, you can now after you have converted, you can take your test and see and test for significance, and you have meaningful results. Thank you. So let me go to practical. I want to show us the data on SPSS. Now these are just, I'm not going to talk about this because these are demographic. You can just take the frequency, then the chart here. Type of frequency is enough for this. Percentage, frequency, percentage, and chart. For this, where the real work starts. Now, look at this questionnaire. The questionnaire is this. This is questionnaire on factors influencing mathematics performance among senior secondary school students in particular time. So we want to see the influence of mathematics performance. So we should look for performance on the questionnaire. Performance in mathematics is the last section. That's the last construct. So I'm going to perform, we want to convert all of this from ordinal to composite, then from composite to categorical. So we are going to cross-tabulate the categorical variable obtained from this with each of these constructs. We want to see relationship between performance in mathematics and school environment. Of course, there should be together with student attitude, performance with instructional materials. See, this is 4 points Likert. Then with teaching method and the socio-economic factor. So let me start with the practical now. For example, now this is the data we want to use. So the first thing to do here, look at the variables. So these are the label for each of the variables. So we start here. So this construct has, that's a socio-economic factor. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 8 indicators, items. So we want to convert this to composite variable. Let's come here. Then you go to transform, compute variable. Compute variable. So we want to take the mean of these items. 1, 2, can convert this, can change this to numbers. You can see these are responses. Look at the responses. Then you can check what all those one mean. 1 means standard, strongly disagree. 2 is disagree. 3 is agree. 4 is strongly agree. It's correct. Now go back. Then compute variable. We want to come up with the mean. So let me give it another name. You can say maybe because it's B, this is like section B. So let me use something related. B, mean. So I can write it out. This numeric expression is going to be in brackets. So we start from this place. No. B, yes, this is section B. So we can go there. B3, B4, B15, B16, B17, B18. No, so it stopped as B18. So it's going to be, and we had everything. I want to take the sum. So just calculate the mean. then divide by the number of items 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Divide by 7. Then I okay it. So let's see, it must have generated another variable. So you can see, so this is composite variable. This is the mean. These are the means for each of the, see, you can see this is the mean for that construct. So you can see, if you look at the row, this first row, the mean is the first one there. Second row up to the last one. So the same thing I'm going to do for the second construct. But not to waste time, I can use, let me look at what SPSS has generated for us. So this is the formula. So I can just use this instead of going there to use the same formula. I can come here and use I just go to File, I go to Syntax, so I want to use syntax. So many of us we have not been using syntax. It's very easy. So you can see we have C, we have D, we have F, we have G. So I'm going to change this one to C. But the problem now, unless I want to be, I have to be checking the questionnaire each time I'm going to do this. Otherwise, it may pose problem because they do not follow the same pattern. I have C19, C20, C21 here. It's not up to, they don't have the same number. So let me continue to use the one I was using. That's let me go to transform, compose variable, just change this one to C. C. So this one is C. C. But that's now if you come here, let me look at C, where C is starting. C starts at C19. So C19. I want to look for C19, C20, 21, 22, 23, this is 22, okay, C23, C24, C25, C26, C27, C28, no, that's D. So we are stopping here. So now just introduce plus, or you want to take the mean. Same thing. So here, when you look at it, this one may not be 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 9 items here. So this one will be C. So it has generated it. You can see, here's the formula. It has generated it. Now look at it. The same thing I'm going to, let me check it is there. You can see the mean. I want to do the same thing for dish. So that's why I'm going to be doing all of them. Now to do the categorical period, let me just do one. So you can practice the remaining one. Because of our time, I want to go to performance. Of course, because that's the main, that's the target. We want to see relationship between performance of students in mathematics with their social, economic factor, with teaching method, with some other construct. So let me quickly attend to the last construct, which is G. These are performances. So I will transform that, call this one G. G. So that's the last one I'm supposed to compare around this place. So G1, G1, G2, G3, G4, G5. So introduce plus to obtain the composite variable. So divide by 5 because it has 5 items to obtain the mean. Okay. So let me see it. I start generated it. So we can do for other constructs D. Those are D section, E section, F section. Now, from this, the aim is to transform Likert scale responses to chi-square analysis, to prepare for chi-square analysis. These are composite variables. They are mean of the ordinal variables. So we still cannot use this for chi-square analysis. These are continuous variables now. So how do we convert this to categorical variables? So we devise a mean. Now I show something here. So here, you can see positive attitude if composite score is greater or equal to 2.5. That's negative. Then if so it is positive when it's greater than this. For negative when it is less than 2.5. Just like we're taking the mean. Now to convert, I will now go to the data and recode. Go to transform again. Recode to different variable. So the variable we are using now, let me start with the main B. Come here. Then so I want to convert this composite to categorical variable. Let me call it B underscore cat category. Change it. So old and new values now. See, we are going to, I want to assign value to each of the category. So one, okay, no, it may not work like this. I should use range because it's going to be 1 to 4.9. So let's be 1.00 to 1.00 to 2.49. So this is the range. This one, let me use 1 for this. Add. So what this one mean is that, let me do the second one. 2.504. So I call this one 2. Add it. So let me quickly explain this. We are talking about interval now. We are saying that anyone that has score less than 2.5 is considered low. That's low. Then the one that has 2.5 to 4, which is the highest value, that is high. That is category. That's category. So the 1 and 2 here are just values to represent them. So I will redefine this as 1 will go for low, 2 will go for high. Then you continue. Okay. So now you can see the way I recode. Now the implication of this on the data is this. Let me take you there. Look at the big category now. I'm going to change the 1 to low and high here. This is big cats. So it's going to be 1 is low, 2 is high. So now, this B category, what is the name of this particular construct we are dealing with? This is socio-economic factors. No, we have many questions under it, but this single variable is representing all of them. It's representing the mean. It's representing all these questions under socio-economy. My parents' guardian can afford my mathematics textbook. I have a quiet place at home to study mathematics. All these are socio-economic factors. So what is representing those questions is just this variable. So one means that the person is having low, the socio-economic status is low of that particular student. 2 means high, meaning that the socio-economic status of that particular student is high. That's the beginning. That is what we are after. So we have summarized. Don't forget, we first of all converted to mean. That's the composite. Then we are converted to categorical variable. The same thing we're going to do for C now. I think I want to do a lazy man job here. I want to use this so that I quickly do that of through this big cards. So when they are many, we normally do this. Then I will cancel this, go to file, and use syntax. So I will do for C. So since they mean the same thing, execute. Yes. Let me look at it. Yes, that's done it. I see. That's done that of C. So we're going to do for G now. I do for G. It's not difficult. It's very, very easy. Copy this. For G, what I need to do is just many people are not using. Many people don't know how to use syntax on SPSS. Just like we are using Python and R using code. Now, this is what I wrote the other time. 1 through 2.4. Now you can see 1, 2.5 through 4. 2. If you have many categories, if it's a 5 point like a scale, I will take this 1 to 5. So this will be G. Let me now run this. Now see G, I'm doing your okay. C, we have done C. Okay. What to do? We have done C. So let me now run this 2. Let me run this 2. So I see. So that's only 2. You can see. This is C. This is G. So we only need to read. So C is talking about teaching method. Teaching method. C is teaching method. Teaching method. Teaching method. Let's check from the questionnaire. I see teaching methods. So I see. So let's say is 4. Let's say is 4. A is 3. D is 2. And 1 is strongly disagree. Then we can now go back to this and see. Then run this, we get the results. So which we have gotten from this place. So here is teaching methods. And the last one here is performance. We can pick as response variable here. So here, low. Now for teaching method, it may not be low, it may be the teaching method of the teacher. Let's pick one as traditional method. Traditional method. Two can be modern method. So people who pick strongly disagree. Go for traditional. So modern method. So this is it. Then for performance can be low or high. If the performance is high, it's low. So I think, so let me use, don't need to even do that. I can copy that of low or high here. So that's it. All these ones are me. We are no longer using this. We are using this now. Now we can go straight to our chi-square. It's now ready for chi-square analysis. Not ready for chi-square analysis. Now using these three. Now check it here. Check it here. We can turn it to the labels. You can see this is high, low, low, high, low, high, traditional methods. So now let me do just a simple chi-square analysis from this to test association between two categorical variables. Just go to analysis, analyze, descriptive, this cross tab. Well, it depends on the one you want to use as row. I'm using this. So the one we are really measuring to cross tab with others, let it be on the column. Socioeconomic will be here, row. Teaching performance, come to column. Statistics, I'm picking chi-square. I don't need all of this. So let's just display the cluster bar charts. And see, it's going to give us the results. This is it. And see, this contingency table. Performance, low, high. Socioeconomic factor, low, high. So this is the result. Now it's not significant. The association between socioeconomic factor of students and their performance is not statistically significant because this chi-square value 0.175 is very low. And look at the asymptotic significance. This p-value is greater than 0.05 level of significance. So we do not reject H notes that says there is no association. So you can see. So this bar chart can give us something. You can see low, high for performance, low, high for socioeconomic factor. Then let me pick the second one. Second one will be that of the teaching method. Cross tab. Don't need to remove for column. Let's go and pick teaching method now. Row. Okay. So you can see the performance and teaching method. It's also not significant. Then look at the teaching method, traditional method. For traditional method, we have this, the low and high. So the relationship is not significant, though we may use descriptive statistics to explain it. So another advantage of transforming your Likert scale data is it makes it ready to maximally use the data. It's not easy go to the field to collect data through questionnaire. Now coming back to just do percentages and charts is not enough. It makes the data look almost useless, especially when it comes to advanced study. So we can go from this to that one. So when you look at this, you see it's very easy. So you can go back to the slide, see what the way I've explained it. Very easy. Thanks so much. Let's wait for other videos related to what I've just said. Thanks so much. You're welcome.